Hello and a warm welcome to our launch event for iRise here on Facebook. So thank you so much for joining us. It's wonderful to have you with us, where I can help you understand more about what iRise is and how it's relevant to your experience with the Meaning of Life experiment. So I know that we've got people from all over the world who've joined us. So in the chat window, if you'd like to let us know where you're tuning in from, always nice to see you and understand more about the origins and how your Christmas has been and all those good things. So thank you for joining us, and please do share this on your social media as well. So if you don't know, my name is Ashok Gupta. I'm the founder of Meaning of Life Experiment, and I want to talk to you about iRise, which is a new platform that we've developed, and we're calling it MOL 2.0, and gradually transitioning people from the Meaning of Life platform to the iRise platform. The Meaning of Life original vision was to help people gain more happiness, meaning, and purpose. And hopefully on your Meaning of Life journey, those are things that you've experienced within that journey. So on the 30-day journey, we go through that process of starting off from base principles around the mind and meditation, right through to quantum physics, through to the nature of our existence, the nature of knowledge, different tools that can help us in life, manifestation, discovering our life purpose, and finally the journey to self-realization, all in those 30 days. And there's lots of meditations with that as well. And continuing that vision of creating more happiness, meaning, and purpose, we wanted to create a platform that really appealed to the masses. So many of us have been through challenging times in our lives, right? If you've never been through a challenging time, then you're very lucky. And in those challenging moments, where do we turn? We often feel alone with our challenges, alone with our problems. And we might watch a YouTube video, or we might listen to a podcast and nod our heads and think that's really interesting information. But where do we actually feel that sense of support, right? And that sense of getting the best materials to help us through that particular challenge that we're facing? And Meaning of Life was the first step in that journey. I wanted to provide the app and the website, the Meaning of Life experiment, to help people go on that journey of self-discovery, learn how to meditate and have access to these meditations. And what we found is that people are also looking for more things. So once they've been on that journey, they're saying, right, what's next? What's the next step of my evolution? And I want to inspire each of you now to join the iRise movement. And what is iRise? iRise is a movement to empower humanity and uplift 1 billion lives. And you might say, why 1 billion lives? Well, studies show that at any point in time, 15 to 20% of the world's population are experiencing mental health challenges in their lives, and they don't know where to turn. That's roughly 1 billion people. But it's not only for people going through challenges, it's also about when you're looking to expand and grow in some way. How can you do that to the best of your ability? So iRise is this one-stop shop connecting you to the best transformational content from around the world. And there are over 600 courses and classes and missions across 3,500 videos to support your physical, mental, emotional, and spiritual well-being. And this is all in one place for a simple monthly fee. And once again, the whole team were inspired by our own journeys, that when we go through these challenges, where do we turn? Wouldn't it be wonderful if there was this space where we knew we had access to trusted experts, the best transformational content from around the world, and a community of like-minded seekers who we can connect with and can support our journey? And that's where iRise was born. And just to launch iRise today for the Meaning of Life experiment audience, I'd like to share with you the trailer. So you're one of the first people in the world to see this trailer. Okay, so I want to make sure that we're sharing the right window there. Just give me a second. And this trailer will be available soon. You'll be able to share it with friends and family as well. So that gives you a flavour of what iRise is all about. And it's something that at the end of this particular session, we'll be downloading together. So how does Meaning of Life experiment and iRise relate? Well, as I said, we were calling iRise MOL 2.0 because we think that iRise is going to have so many more opportunities for growth and expansion than the old Meaning of Life site and app. So on the iRise platform, you'll still have access to all of your 30 Meaning of Life videos. So they will be on the platform. You'll have all of the meditations. You'll have the 10 and 20-minute meditations that you have within the existing Meaning of Life app. Can I just say MOL? Easy to say. But you'll also have access to the 30 and 40-minute versions. And we know that as people go deeper into their personal journey, they find that they want to meditate for longer. They want to commune with their soul at a deeper level. And that's why we've provided these longer meditations within iRise. You'll have all the same bonus exercises, such as the Get to Sleep meditation and the Guilt Releaser and all of those exercises which are in the MOL app. And something that will be starting in February is a weekly MOL experience, something I've been wanting to do for years, where we'll be looking at some of the videos within Meaning of Life and coming together on Zoom and discussing some of the content and how it's relevant in our lives and going deeper into that exploration. And I know that many of you have asked if we could have sessions like that. So that will all be within the iRise app and website. And finally, we'll also be having a 3-day healing retreat. This will be over the Easter holidays for 3 days. And we'll be going deeper into how we can achieve emotional balance, what that means, what emotions actually mean to us, and how we can let go of things like guilt and anger and shame, and really understanding at a deeper level how we emotionally release. Okay. And so with the iRise app, you're also going to get access to over 600 courses and classes from world-renowned experts in their particular field. So anything from a dance class through to a yoga or meditation session, and then lots of courses around how to achieve balance in your life, how to become a better communicator, better relationships, whatever area of personal development you can imagine, physical, mental, emotional, spiritual, aspirational. It's all in this one place for a single monthly fee. And why did we create iRise? It is based on our own experiences of feeling alone with our challenges and problems in life and thinking, what would it feel like if we could create the ultimate ideal platform for people to improve their mental, physical, and emotional well-being? For all the talk of mental health challenges around the world, for all the posts on social media, the problem is actually getting worse. It's not improving. So we hope that iRise goes some way to giving people the tools they need. And that's why we call it a movement to empower humanity and uplift a billion lives. The tools within iRise are there to empower you. There's regular tools you use each day. There are courses that uplift and expand you. It's to empower you to come up with your own solutions. And, you know, this idea of a billion people, we'll also have this idea of when you buy a subscription to iRise, it contributes towards a subscription to someone less fortunate who perhaps can't afford a subscription. So in that way, we're able to pay it forward and reach that goal. And there's tens of thousands of dollars worth of courses and course content on the platform. And the price of this is simply $12.99 a month or $9.99 a month if you take a year's subscription. And many of these courses are $100, $200, $300 each. How did we persuade these content providers, these great teachers, to come onto this platform? Because they aligned with our vision. They said, wow, you're not doing this for the money. You're doing this because you want to provide the best tools and techniques to the masses, right? So that everybody on this planet has access. Why should only the privileged have access to the best personal development tools and techniques? This should be accessible to everyone. And that's really our vision and our aim. So as I said, over 600 courses and classes across 3,500 videos. So whatever you're looking to transform within yourself, there'll be content on the site. And many of us, when we're looking to expand or grow, we might read a book, watch a YouTube video, listen to a podcast, and we'll nod knowingly saying, yes, this person's very intelligent. I definitely agree with everything they're saying. And yet we don't incorporate it into our lives. Many of us are informing ourselves, but not transforming ourselves. And this is because studies show that transformation occurs through regularity and community. So with iRise, you're getting a space where you can make sure that you're regularly reflecting on your personal development and finding tools and techniques. You know, we always feel better and more expanded when we are connected to our growth. So in iRise, you can come to it daily, and there may be different classes you'd like to take, or there may be different courses that you're going to consume. But it's that regularity and self-reflection that really helps us transform and grow. And secondly, community. So this is a big part of iRise, is fellow like-minded people in different forums and different community areas who you can ask questions of, who you can support other people on their journeys and feel like you've found your tribe, your home. And that's why we call it the home of positive transformation. So what I'd like to do is take you through the website and the app and show you more about what iRise really could mean to your life and how you could benefit from it. And in fact, as I've said, with the videos, the meditations, the retreats, and also some of the live events, there's over $500 worth of benefits that you can get as a Meaning of Life member when you subscribe to iRise for just, as I said, just $10 a month. For all of that, we want to make it as valuable to you as possible. Okay, so I'm just going to show you some of the pages of the site. Okay, so when you first come to the site, you're greeted with today's iRise and Shine. So what we've done is curate some of the best meditations, yoga classes, dance and fitness workouts for you to experience each day. Now, many of us have very busy lifestyles and we don't find time for these things. So we've put them in bite-sized chunks, just 10 minutes. I think everyone on the planet has got 10 minutes to devote and dedicate to uplift themselves. So there's a 10-minute, 20-minute meditation, yoga class, dance class, which I've been indulging in personally and really enjoying, fitness classes and daily wisdom. And then underneath you'll see there's a featured course of the day and a featured conversation, this week being, how can we feel more self-love? And there you can see underneath there's almost like these Netflix-style rows of courses and classes, and when you hover over it, they expand and you can find out more about the course and then take that particular course. You also see this little thing here saying add to MyRise. So MyRise is a little personal space where you can store all your favorite courses and classes in one place so that you're not confused by all of the rest of the content on here. So you browse like a library, finding the book you want, finding the course that you want, and then adding it into your private area. So this is all your activity classes. You can see little comments at the bottom. And then when you click on courses, you'll be able to access a lot of things that aren't related to activity classes per se. So overcoming anxiety, better communication, better relationships, alternative health, all of those things. And I know that at the moment, we're just fixing a couple of server issues. So for the moment, wait for the email that you'll receive, and the email will give you instructions on how to download the app and also how to get onto the website. So we just had a bit of a server crash because so many people on our last live event were coming on at the same time. Unfortunately, the servers crashed, which is a nice problem to have, a good problem to have, but we're just fixing that right now. So please do bear with us and you'll be able to get all of that, be able to download the app as well and get onto the site. Okay. And something that is kicking off tomorrow is we're having a live event through the app and through the iRise website, which is all about emotional cleansing of 2021. We know that many people have had a challenging year, maybe personal challenges people face, but also COVID hasn't helped the situation. And there may be rocks that we're holding on to. These are rocks that we have in our rucksack that weigh us down. And what we're going to be doing is going through a reflection or a review of the year. Right now on television, there's so many different reviews, aren't they? A review of the news of the year, a review of the music of the year. Why shouldn't we as individuals also have that review of our lives and what we've learned this year, what has challenged us this year, or what we're going to be doing tomorrow? What are we still holding on to from this year that we choose to let go of? And tomorrow is the ideal day to do that. So we start the new year refreshed, rejuvenated, and ready to engage in our goals. So on Sunday, the 2nd of January, we'll be going through a live session on setting our goals and inspirations for the year. So we'll be doing that together in a live workshop on Zoom. I hope you can join me for that. And both of these events are free through the app or the website. Great. Okay, so at the end of this Facebook Live event, what we shall be doing is going onto Zoom and answering any questions you have about the Meaning of Life experiment, about iRise, and just filling you in and informing you of how this new platform is going to work. Okay, so the link for that event, Jess, who's our marketing manager here at Meaning of Life Experiment, you can just share that in the chat window or the comment section of this particular live event. And I will just check.
Hello,
that you have that. I'll just see if there's any questions that you have
on our launch
here.
of iRise. I'm so excited that you're here with me. So thank you to all of you from the Gupta program for being here and for taking the time out to join this launch party. So very excited to tell you more about iRise and how it can complement your Gupta program journey. Now, what is the background to iRise?
So, once again, let me know if there's any questions that you have. You can put them in the chat window, and I'm just going to take a look at those now.
We've all been through challenges in life, and some of those challenges are emotional challenges, physical challenges, mental health challenges.
Great. I can see these here.
Whenever we go through those challenges, we often feel like we have to go through them alone, don't we? And actually, wouldn't it be wonderful to have a place?
Susan shares empowerment, growth, paying it forward, all the amazing Meaning of Life content, plus so much incredible new content. Wow. All the best tools and techniques for personal development accessible in one place. What a great opportunity for all of us to join together through iRise. Thank you to you and the team for iRise MOL 2.0. Wow, Susan, I couldn't have said it better myself. Maybe we should employ you as our copywriter. Some beautiful sentiments there. Christine saying, thank you to Sharaful for joining us.
And what iRise is, it is a movement to empower humanity.
Helen says, looks amazing, so excited to follow on from the brilliant Meaning of Life experiment. And there, Jess has just shared the link to the Q&A
content from trusted experts, as well as the caring community of fellow iRisers.
Okay, 1 second.
And so on this...
There we go. Joanne says, much gratitude as ever, looks amazing. Okay, just some people saying there's some live thing playing in the background, so I'm just going to check on that. And just make sure that you can't hear anything else. All right, is that better? Yep, is that better now? You just let me know. Tilly asking, I've just tuned in, how do we get onto the Zoom call? Okay, so if you'd like to just scroll up in the comments, you'll see there is a link to the live Q&A. And we'll just be going through any questions you may have about iRise. And then, as I said, you'll receive an email once you're ready for our official launch, when you'll receive a link to the iOS version, the Android app, as well as the website. So please bear with us on that. Great, so Jess has just shared that again in the comment section. Karen's saying, I love the Meaning of Life meditations, but found that after time, I had to continually reinstall the app. Yes, Karen, so that is one of the purposes of iRise, is that we want to develop a new platform which was more robust and had a broader selection of content for everyone. So hopefully these issues will be fixed on iRise. Diana's saying, can you download it on a laptop? So it's not so much that you can download it, but you can access the iRise website through a laptop and therefore access all the content. You don't have to use the app. Okay. So once again, thank you for coming onto this Facebook Live event and joining me in this very exciting launch today of iRise. Yeah, this is something that the whole team have worked really hard on for this year in terms of licensing the content, getting it onto the platform, getting the tech ready. And it's been a monumental effort by all concerned. So thank you to all the team, all the iRise team, for putting this together. And this is just the beginning of our journey, and we want you to join with us in this movement. So as you're using iRise, because you're the early access, early adopters, we want you to tell us what we need to change in the app that you think would work better for the masses. What kind of content do we need? Are there any bugs that we need to fix within the app? All of this is just the very early stages of iRise, and we want you to be part of that journey and part of this movement. Because when we uplift ourselves, we're then better able to help those around us, those in need, the community. And so many of us, right, have a friend or a family member who's going through challenges, and we don't know what to do for them. We think, well, perhaps you could see, a therapist, and maybe they should go and see a therapist, but there's a waiting list or it's very expensive. And we think, I don't know what to suggest. And now this is a way that we can spread that message that there are tools and techniques, there are ways in improving our mental, physical, emotional health, which are scientifically based. And within the iRise app, even some of the daily sessions are free to access. So the daily 10-minute, 20-minute meditation, you can come into the app or the website for free each day and experience that. And if you choose to take a monthly or yearly subscription, as I mentioned, it's as little as $9.99 a month, so $9.99 a month. And for that, you get the retreat and all the other things that I've mentioned. So it's very, very reasonably priced. For a few cups of coffee, the cost of a few cups of coffee, you're getting access to the greatest knowledge in the world to help uplift yourself mentally, physically, emotionally, and spiritually, and to spread that message with many people around us. And as mentioned, you'll be contributing to subscriptions that we'll be giving to people who are less fortunate, or people in developing countries who can't afford a subscription. Yeah. So this is part of our movement. You, me, iRise, we're working together for that greater vision, that greater purpose. Are we really here to wake up in the morning, go to work, get stressed, come home, watch TV, go to bed, rinse, watch, repeat? Is that really why we're here? Or is there a deeper meaning and purpose? Are we here to give a gift to this planet? I believe so. And iRise is part of that gift. Great, so thank you to all of you for watching, and hope you can join us tomorrow for our emotional cleansing event. That's at 6 p.m. UK time, 1 p.m. Eastern, 10 a.m. Pacific. And that'll be a wonderful start to your iRise journey. And it's completely free, so you can invite friends and family to that event as well. Good. So now we're going to go live into a private Zoom event where I can answer your questions about iRise. And yeah, thank you for watching, and have a lovely new year. Thank you and goodbye.